Break that. Nice. Hey, McCree behind,
Oh, one. Take her.
D.Va 1.
Go, baby.
Go, baby, fast. Nice.
Good job.
Nice.
Good job. It's okay.
No, what?
It's okay.
Okay.
The Valiant haven't won a ton of maps this season, so you can understand Korea's confusion when they took Anubis, but ultimately the Fusion had their number today. So how would the Valiant fare against a more familiar opponent? That was the question coming in. These two teams had some pretty good scraps last season, and today would prove to be no different. The only thing about today, it wasn't pretty. It was a pretty sloppy 5 maps, to say the least.
Yeah, I mean, that's made my day, though. I was coming into this highlights ready to just crack down on both these teams, but the Korea was my spirit animal. Like, he's just like me in ranks. Like, what? Come on. That's actually killed me. I've got nothing to say. Take it away.
I have some stuff to say. Actually, in this very matchup, I thought it was very interesting that we saw Sado, I mean, not in this clip per se, but generally we saw him so much more on Reinhardt than on his Winston pick. Throughout the last few weeks, we saw Sado going for that Winston over and over again. Now he has been on Reinhardt in this very matchup for 73%. Usually it's around 50%, so that's quite a change. So I find it interesting that Valiant managed to force him onto the Reinhardt, and I think it goes back to Fate liking that Winston so much. And then Fusion maybe wanting to have the advantage, going with a Ryan 3-3.
Those are interesting percentages. About 80% of the time, his Reinhardt was terrible.
Yeah, I know, and it almost lost him the game, to be honest. But
on Busan, it was actually really good. He was able to redeem himself from some bad Reinhardt play earlier that day. But I said these teams both played down to their opponents, so it was going to be a race to the bottom today, and this was not top-tier Overwatch.
Permission to be real for a second?
Yeah,
for both
be real.
teams?
Be real.
Permission granted, Grin.
Okay,
go for it.
These teams, I think I said in a halftime, I stand by it. It was like 2 potatoes trying to create mashed potatoes by like running into each other repeatedly. That's what the vibes I was getting from these teams. I felt like both teams made, quite honestly, appalling mistakes for Overwatch League teams. Like, I'm going to straight up call them out on this. Like, I'm expecting higher level of play, especially from these two teams. By now, you have so much footage to work off in terms of understanding the metagame, how to play, that the amount of mistakes that were being made on a regular basis by both of them was... I want to say unforgivable, honestly. I want to say unforgivable because it's just... I'm just upset.
That's okay. So here's a bright light. I was actually really impressed with Boombox and Neptuno. I think they did a fantastic job to, despite all efforts of Sado to trying to feed, keep him alive. And he really tried to die. Like that was an active effort on his side. However, they were not having it. They kept him alive.
We're talking
no
about
matter
Jonak
what.
syndrome. That was bumper syndrome.